What's up, guys? It's a beautiful day. Summer's coming, and I thought I'd kick off this video series by doing a video on how to get bigger. All right, so first I wanted to introduce you to this spring is coming to Norway, right? Look at this, such a beautiful day. You can see the mountains in the horizon, not that far away, you know. So I haven't really started in the garden to get everything going, but yeah, you know, there's a grill, that's the main thing. There's lady, say hello to lady. Lady. Okay, so without further ado, let's get cracking. All right, what's up, guys? Again, this is the control room here. This is where, you know, not all the magic happens, but some of it. Hashtag classic World of Warcraft 2019. So, is size something that's easy to obtain? Well, yes and no. First of all, you need to be consistent, right? You need to have a plan. You need to follow through. You need to eat correctly. You need to sleep correctly. And you need to work out correctly. Have a well thought out plan. If you don't know how to do it, find someone that can help you, and just make sure that you have the best start that you can get. This video, just a disclaimer, is not in any way, shape or form talking about steroid usage. There's other people that's much more experts than me on that, and I'm not really interested in becoming one. How do you get size? Is there a magic way, like doing 5 times 5 all the way, or 5 times 6 and 8 reps, and you know, all those things that you heard? Not really. That's not the magic formula for seeing success and results. You know what I mean? The actual truth is, a lot of people talk about it, but they kind of mention it in a different way that makes it maybe too hard for people to understand, and really the importance of this actual thing to you know, gain size. So when I hear most bodybuilders talk about it, they use the term burn. You know, get the burn, feel the burn, burn. You know, it's easy to get the burn. But to make it easy for you, there's a couple of things you need to learn how to do. Isolation and get lactic acid inside your muscle. What do I mean? Well, isolation means that you're putting as much of the workload into one muscle, right? Isolation for dummies. Let's say, you know, I'm doing an exercise and I'm moving one joint. This is an isolation movement. As soon as you're moving 2 joints, this example, shoulder and elbow, you know, then it's not an isolation movement. You can feel the burn in one particular muscle, but the fact that you're moving 2 joints indicates that you're using a lot of muscles, which is not good for size. Number 2, we clear that up. And another thing that really helps you is the fact that you need to feel the lactic acid, or what you refer to as the burn. The lactic acid is the actual key to gaining size. Why? Well, because the muscle, to a certain extent, needs to get bigger for you to perform longer. It produces stability. Size produces a lot of things, hold more energy. Lactic acid can transport oxygen in a very effective way. So when you're doing an exercise and you feel that you're actually, you're fatigued and you can't move, takes a couple of deep breaths and just, you can maybe do a couple of more reps. What else? Well, lactic acid, the only thing that you need to focus on. Okay? Why? You might say, well, if you're doing 5 sets and you're doing 5 reps and you're not feeling a burn or the lactic acid enter your muscle and fatiguing it, what is going to make your muscle grow? Will it make your muscle grow from just doing an exercise? No. You can get stronger, yeah, you can, because the fact that you're moving heavier and heavier loads will force your body to become stronger, but it doesn't mean that it will gain size. A very, very common misconception is lifting heavy will give you size. Not true at all. Okay? I was between 82 and 89 kilos for a long time, for many, many, many years. When I was doing sports and, I needed my flexibility more and stuff like that, just being more lean so I can move a little bit faster. I mean, am I explosive now? You bet your ass I am. I can move fast, but I cannot move as like being a snake or this ninja warrior. That's not gonna happen because I'm too big. I'm 105 kilos and you cannot compare 105 kilos with when the body, maybe my ideal weight is 85 to 90 kilos. That's when I'm I'm the strongest, in terms of relative strength, right? But yeah, so let's keep focus on what I came to talk about, which is size. What you want to do in your next workout for the next couple of weeks, I want you to take your workout routine and do not focus on repetitions. Focus on feeling the lactic acid. Feel the burn. Look for the burn. If you can't feel the burn, let's say you're doing lateral raises. You're standing, okay, and you're moving the weights, all right? So a very common mistake that people do is that they get fatigued and they get tired, okay, and then they start to like this. So suddenly I'm using my neck, and your traps, maybe even your lats and some of your upper back to get that weight up. It's like, no. Okay, what you want to do is you want to be as calm as possible. Relax your shoulders and just move that weight, right? Move that weight nice and steady. You might have to bring down the weight a lot. Maybe you're used to pushing like 10 kilos or whatever that is, like 22 pounds, but suddenly you need to bring it down to maybe 6 kilos, like 14 or 15 pounds or something like that. So you can really, really relax. The first couple of reps, you won't feel anything. That's a good sign, right? Because you don't want to feel anything until you moved it at least 5, 6, 7 times for the first set. So, I'm lifting, okay? And then I'm hitting maybe 8 or 10. And then I feel just the burn just hits me, right? And then that's when I want to keep pushing. And instead of wanting to get the weight all the way up there, instead just keep your traps relaxed and maybe you have to bring your arm down for a couple of inches, but that's okay, because you'll still get the lactic acid, you'll still feel the burn, and you're gonna keep pushing that muscle until it fails. And that's what you're looking for, right? And some people might have to, let's say, stand at a wall and hold the wall so you can kind of lean to the side, so you can get more range of motion, right? So suddenly, if I'm standing and leaning to the side, my arm is hanging down, I start to feel it right here, but my arm is actually, it's the same thing as I'm standing like this. But now I'm moving my arm this much because I'm standing like this, so I'm getting further range of motion, right? So you're looking for the, as much range of motion as you can get without compromising the isolation. Okay, so we went through that. I mean, there's really nothing to it. You can talk about it for hours and hours and hours, but the fact is that it's very, very simple. Lactic acid, isolation, keep as few muscles as you can in the exercise involved, and you'll see results. When you're doing squats, squat is not an isolation movement, it's a compound movement. All right, so what was the point of today's video? Well, I just want to introduce this whole thing. I'll explain and keep it as simple as possible, how to get bigger. People tend to make it so complex. You're talking about reps, you're talking about sets, you're talking about do this on a Wednesday, keep the weights heavy, blah, blah, blah. There's so many things out there, and there's so much bullshit, it's not even funny. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm 43 years old, and almost 44. And the thing is, I've been lifting weights since I was 15 years old. So that's almost 30 years, right? So I kind of know what I'm talking about. I've been, lean and kind of small, skinny, strong. I've been, big. I was fat for like, a year and a half or some shit like that. So, I've been through that. I've been through injuries. I've been through a lot of things. I've been a competitive athlete in many sports, and, I did well. I fucked up my knees, and they told me that, if I continue to do this, then, I will never, ever be able to walk without a cane or, crutches. And strength training with weights in an intelligent way kept me, in the game, and, gave me an option, and also made my body stronger so I could actually do what I wanted to do, whenever I wanted. And, if you just train smart, you can stay injury free. And remember, rehabilitation is not as good as prehabilitation. I'm not sure if that's the correct word, but, I try to train in a way that I never see injury, instead of, learning how to confront and, get rid of injuries. Because it's like when people do things, it's almost like they all only do shit if they see an injury or if they get sick. If their body is dying, then suddenly they're gonna eat smart. They're gonna get on this diet. They're gonna eat fish, and they're gonna drink whatever. They're gonna eat fruits and minerals. But I mean, come on. Why not just do this for your entire life, but keep it stable and just do it, right? Instead of suddenly your doctor is telling you that, either you change your ways or you're going to be dead in 1 year, right? Then suddenly people are going to start training and exercising and running the marathon, and all these kinds of things that just makes me fucking sick. And the society is kind of built around people only doing things when someone is holding a gun to their head. Is that how you want to live your life? This person that are limited by your body because you're sick or tired all the time, and then suddenly you're going to eat perfectly for 6 months, and you instead just do things 80% or 85 or whatever, right? Sometimes you don't want to eat this, you just eat whatever you feel like, right? And you're going to keep yourself happy, your body's going to be happy. But if you try to do things 100%, you're going to burn yourself out. It's going to become this job. It's like going to work and going somewhere that you really don't enjoy and you do not want to be there. Instead, my entire life, I've been working on things that I did not enjoy, but it has been very, very limited. Most of my life, I only did things that I really loved, and that made me insanely good at whatever I was doing because I loved it. I was passionate. I was thinking about it when I was not working. I was thinking in the evening or before I went to bed how I can improve, how I can become better. And, I was doing this like, I don't know, 24 hours a day. Instead of just thinking about it for 2 hours or never trying to improve. Is like and this made me sometimes I did not love what I did, but always trying to do my best made it fun, right? And if I did not enjoy something, then I just moved on, and of course, I was young, and sometimes I did not give things a fair shot, but I don't really think that, hindered me in any way. Maybe at the time, but not, in general in life. So, I I always did what I loved. I was working with music, and then I was working with internet and computers, and the last 8 years almost, I've been purely dedicated to working out and training. And 5 years ago, I started my own gym, and that's where I'm at. I was always in love with training. Always wanted to help people, but life, having kids and things like that, kept me from really, really dedicating myself to that because there was no money for me. It's hard when you have a job that you're profiting from and making a lot of money. It's hard when you have kids to just go like, okay, so I'm gonna do this, and then that it'll take 2-3 years for you to build a name or whatever, and you're not gonna make any money in anytime soon. And also, I really loved what I did then, so I didn't really think it was 6 years ago. I thought, okay, so I need to commit to this 100%. And that's when I started the gym after almost a year passed. And first I was just renting different places and, doing courses and seminars and whatever, personal training. I was doing that a lot, boot camps, and then the gym. I found a place, and then it kept growing and growing from there. But I'm just saying that keep things simple and be smart. It's better to do something once a week than not at all, and also, once you reach that level where your body says enough, you know what I mean? You reach a point with injuries or whatever, then, suddenly you can hardly move. What if you just started, when you feel that you have pain in your body, why not just start doing something then? right? So you can avoid like 3 years of rehabilitation, or I don't know, maybe you even have to stay away from training for like 6 months, right? And the 6 months away from training when you're getting older is like half a lifetime of just setting you back, and the body does not do well when you're getting older from no exercise. But yeah, so I just want to keep your heads up and be smart. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Just write comments, and I really appreciate the support from all the people on Twitch, and people contacted me on Discord, on Facebook, Instagram, and things like that. But yeah, if you like it, then subscribe, leave a comment, write me a question, whatever it is. I'm sure I can answer everything. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, and it was really, really cool and fun making a video today. I enjoyed it, and I look forward to producing more content. And the next one will probably be about strength, and that'll be very, very, very in detail, because strength is much more complex than gaining size, even if people try to make it the other way around. It's not. All right, so peace out, guys. Have a nice day.